should turn it off. Maybe it's not loud. Let me see. If you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Wow, wow, wow. I just realized change can only come when we stand together as one. Okay, light is good. Okay. Let's see. Oh God. Oh no. How long has this? Oh no, it's been on. Oh, hey, hey there. Welcome, welcome. So, I'm gonna cut that. I am going to delete that first part of this. How long was it? 1 minute and all right, I'll just delete that. That's fine. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Queen Lala. Hello. I got the vocal. The hype girl we all need, knowing you're lying. I know you. Look, I know you're lying. But thank you for lying for my self esteem. I appreciate it. It did go up at least 5 points. So thank you. Guys, I apologize for my setup today. It is absolutely primitive. But at least I'm here, right? Right? I mean, yeah, no. No, keep it. Mr. Renegade says, somebody answered this silently. Who's sagging? What's sagging spelled backwards? Nick. Oh. Oh my God, I hate you guys. Why is that so accurate though? Oh my God. Okay, wait, that's just wrong. Oh, I mean, that's wrong, Mr. Renegade. We naughty corner. We don't say words like that over here. You said it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Well, new channel. Listen, I didn't say it. You guys thought it, and he implied. I didn't say it. Can we start off today just normal? Can there be a day where we just start off calmly? I just want a day where we can actually be civilized people who, I've seen other live streams. When I go to other live streams, they start off and people are like, hey, Joe. Hey, Tom. How you doing? Oh, my God, it's been a while. Nice to see you again. I wonder what the topic is today. I can't wait for... And my chat starts off like, hey, what's sagging spelled backwards? This is how my chat starts off. See, this is what's wrong with you. This is what's wrong with all of you. This is a problem. You guys need to get it together. I'm not demonetized. I'm not monetized yet. I'm never going to be monetized at this rate. Look at what you guys are putting on my channel. And I'm the idiot. I'm the idiot who's like, okay, never mind. Because I was genuinely curious, like, what is he talking about? What does it spell backwards? Maybe it's something funny. Well, it is funny, but anyway, we're off our meds. Well, apparently you guys never take your flipping meds. I mean, there needs to be a talk with somebody's doctor in here of why you guys aren't taking your prescriptions, aren't taking your, you know what? This is your problem. This is your problem. Renegade, you're not sorry. You're not. Just stop. Just stop. Okay. We know. You didn't read the directions. Listen, there is no instructions with you guys. You guys just came here. I never had instructions on how to handle this audience, okay? I never had instructions. Nobody put me through a course to tell me what to do when people like Mr. Renegade are here, or Queen Lala is here, or when Will is here. God forbid, the art of Will when he's here. Oh my God. Nobody told me what to do with you all. I'm winging it. And spanking isn't working. Timeout isn't working. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to have to do at this point. I think labor camp is going to have to be an option for you guys. It's either labor camp or I'm bringing out the what is it called? Switch. I'm bringing out the switch. We're gonna do cables. I'll beat you with some cables to see if that works. Or maybe I'll find a shoe. We're gonna have to do something else, but the discipline is not working here. It's just not. So happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm happy to see you all. Happy middle of the week. Right. Beat us all, whips and chains. See, this is the problem. See, I'm doing that to scare you guys. And then there's people like Fix who's like, oh, yes, the whips. Ooh, I have some if you like me to share my collection with you, Anira. Like, I'm trying to scare you guys into behaving, not. Something's wrong with all of you. All right. All right. Let's get it together. Nintendo Switch cable TV. Paddle like they used to do in school. See, the paddle is a good thing because the paddle doesn't really hurt you too much, but it also is a humiliation factor that goes into being beat with a paddle. I mean, it's humiliating. That's what made you cry more than anything. The humiliation. um, Let me see. Mira is going to beat us all. I will. I will because you guys are not in a white person's channel. This is our up channel. We believe in beating. Okay, we will beat you. Yeah, we will. It's not. There's no question about it. You guys, you want to be put in like nice punishments? Go to the white channel. This isn't a white channel. This is our up channel. You guys are so silly. Okay, so if you aren't black, she's gonna beat it into you. All right, so let me Samuel, go to the naughty corner. Don't start. I am not going to do this right now. I'm not going to defend myself against the world because my main people are saying that I beat them on my spare time. I don't have to listen. Okay, I'm going to pull this up right now. How do I do this? All right, I'm going to try to pull up this article because what we came to talk about was, and then there's no internet. Larry, is there a way that you can copy and paste what you put in, well, at least partial of what you put in the last list regarding the sagging pants? Can you copy and paste that into the private chat? Because I can't pull it up on my handy dandy laptop because I'm not in my main house and I don't have full internet here. So can you help me, Larry, please? Other than that, I want to talk to you guys about this. Amira has lovely nails. They're ghetto nails. Don't even look at them. They're super ghetto right now. And I usually don't wear nails like this, but my birthday is coming. So you guys know my birthday is on October 1st. And since my birthday is coming, I went to the nail lady and, I told her, I said, my birthday is coming. I want to do something a little bit different. She's like, oh, honey, I do anything for you, honey. I got you. I can put something pretty. I do something so pretty. Put some diamonds, like diamond in the sky. That's what she said. Now, I thought, see, in my mind, I thought I was going to leave there looking like a regular Arab girl. No, I left with my name change. My name is now Shaniqua, and these are they're ghetto nails, but every once in a while it's okay to have ghetto nails. I guess there it is. That's she made them long and she put diamonds on them. I guess I don't know what that is. So yeah. My name is Shaquanda now, so that's that. But it's okay. I'm only going to be Shaquanda for 2 weeks, so it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. After that, I'll go back to being Amira, and I'll take them off, and I'll go back to my normal self. But I wanted something special, and then she thought that this was special, so I pretty much let her do what she wanted to do. And but let's be real. Before she no. But before she put these nails on, she was about to pull out neon colors. When she started pulling out the neon colors, I was like, no, Ling Ling, no. I said, Ling Ling, put down the neon orange. I am not leaving here with no neon orange nails. Put it back. She's like, honey, it's special. It's gonna shine like diamond. No. So I told her to leave them clear. I said, leave them clear because I don't do these colors. I don't do any of that. Like, you guys know who I am. You guys know how I am. I am no. Not the Keisha. What can I wait. What name can I put with Anira that sounds like, more like hood? Wait, Sh- Shamira? No, Shamira. No, Sh- no. Qu- Quanishira. No, Quanishimira. I don't know. Whatever. You guys give me a ghetto name. Give me a ghetto name, and I'll use it for the next 2 weeks. While I have these nails on, I'll use my ghetto name because this makes no sense. Shaquira. Shaquira. Yes, I love it. I love it. Alicia Quira. Amira Roche. You guys are killing me. Amika, that's not, no. You can't, no. It has to be something with a sha or a la or something. It has to be something. But yeah. Okay, so Larry has sent this over to me. Let me pull it up. No, Larry. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, I got it, Larry. Thank you. Okay, you guys can still see me, right? I can't see myself right now, so I don't know what I'm looking like. But you guys can see me, so I'm so weird today, guys. Don't remember my name is what is it? Amira Roche. Amira Roche. Shaquira. I'm Shaquira today. Okay, here we go. So focus. I can't see for the life of me. You guys know my eyesight is so bad. All right. Okay. All right. St. Louis, a social bar and grill, is accused of racism due to a new long list of rules. The rules goes as follows. It says no hoodies, no masks, no saggy pants, no sleeveless tank tops on men. And a few of these rules have drawn attention and racism accusations. The bar gave no explanation for the new rules, but simply said that the rules are meant to ensure an enjoyable experience for everyone. So, 600 angry Redditors, however, are not buying it. They're saying that these rules are racist. And then there's other people saying that the rules are anti-LGBTQIA whatever. But listen, okay, now I can look at myself again. Okay, so this bar is making rules saying that no saggy pants, no tank tops, no wife beaters as they call it, no wife beaters, no saggy pants, no. You understand? People are outraged about this, saying that it is cultural. It's a cultural thing for Black people to sag their pants. So if you're saying that you don't want people sagging their pants in your establishment, that means you're racist against Black people. Yes, you're racist against Black people because if you don't want sagging pants, that means you don't want Black people. The same thing happened recently. I think it was like 2 months ago. There were Asian shops that said that they will not allow women that come in to their shops to wear bonnets. They cannot wear bonnets. They said no bonnets allowed, or shower caps. I think it's like shower caps or bonnets. And Black women were outraged, saying, "Oh, this is racism against us because we are the ones who wear shower caps and bonnets." It's like, no, how about you have the option to wear them? You don't need to wear a shower cap outside. And how about having a little bit of class? It's not, listen, I don't care if this sounds racist. I really don't. I mean, well, what's new on my channel? But I don't care if it sounds racist to say, you Americans, Westerners, not even Americans. I want to say people in certain parts of the country, because New York isn't really like this that much. New York people actually dress up. Miami people dress up. LA people still dress up. It's just certain places in America that just do not dress anymore. And I'm not going to name them. Houston. I'm not going to name them Portland. I don't want to say Seattle. I'm not trying to really call out these places. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that. But there are places now that just don't dress up. Maryland. I Prince George's County. And you guys get the gist. You guys understand where I'm going with this. Detroit. You understand where I'm going when I say this. You understand. So these places, a lot of people just don't dress up. A lot of people just go outside looking like anything and everything. And part of that is going outside with a shower cap on your freaking head. A shower cap. Yes, I said Houston. Come for me. Yes, I said Houston. Yes, I said Houston because I went to Houston. And going through the city, when I was just driving through the city, because God knows I won't stop in Houston. I'll stop in Dallas. I'll stop in Amarillo. I will stop in San Antonio, Laredo even. I'll enjoy the cartel in Laredo before I stop in Houston. But anyway, driving through Houston, the people, I mean, they were just outside in any old thing. I mean, one minute you see a woman with the breasts out. One minute the woman is walking down the street in a thong. And yes, Houston, come for me. I don't care. Houston. That's a Chicago specialty. It's I don't care what you guys say. I don't care. I don't care if I offended you by saying your city. It is what it is. And no, and here goes Larry. I already knew Larry was gonna come for me for that. Larry, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. This is my experience. I'm allowed to have my own experience. I'm allowed to say what I saw, and I know what I saw. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your guys' city for doing that. Get mad at your people in your city for letting me see that when I didn't have to see that. Okay. I said like 5 other cities, and you don't see other people complaining. I know. Who wants to see cigarette holes and Dookie, 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 Dookie. I think I've heard this word Dookie. Dookie. Dookie is like um Dookie is cookie. No, not cookie. Not it's like bathroom scene, right? Bathroom, right? Yeah. Anyway, Dookie. Yeah, that's what I said. I said that Dookie. That's what I said. That's what I said. So yeah. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me. Dookie. Okay, yeah. That's what I said. That's what I said. Okay. Houston is cowboys and sliding slacks. No, when I was in Dallas, everybody was dressed up in Dallas. Everybody in Dallas, like that city really represents themselves. Like Dallas, I couldn't say anything bad about Dallas. When I was in Dallas, people were dressed. I mean, there were cowboy hats and cowgirls everywhere. I mean, nobody was in sweatpants. Nobody was in flip flops. Nobody was wearing shower caps on their heads. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. But Houston, okay, okie dokie. I'll leave it there. But anyway, it's just part of dressing and being appropriate. And I hate when so many people, especially even white people, come out and they're claiming racism against all of these establishments, saying that we're not going to allow people who dress that way to come into our establishment. All the white people are coming out and saying, well, that's just how they dress. And you know who I'm talking about when they say they. Well, that's just how they dress. You can't do anything about that. That's basically saying these people are expected to be this way, so we can't expect better from them. This is who they are. Don't try to change them. That's who they are. As if it's a cultural dress. As if it's like, you know how Muslims wear hijab, you know how Sikhs wear a turban, you know how Indians wear the sari, it's almost as if this type of clothing, sagging pants and shower caps on women's heads, that's their cultural dress. That's what they're trying to say. That this is their cultural dress. This is how they culturally dress. You can't change that. No, that is not a cultural dress. That is called laziness. It's called not caring. It's called looking like you haven't showered. That's what it looks like. It looks like you haven't showered. Do you have a dress code at your concerts, Anita? I do. I do. That's for sure. I do. None of you guys better have on dirty underwear. That's for sure. You know, I when you see the men that walk around with the pants hanging off their rear end, their culo, the men who walk around like that, this I you stand behind them at the in line at the store, what have you. I don't want to see your underwear, okay? There have been men who have saggy pants that you'll see them one day, and then you'll see them the next day, and then the next day, and their underwear have not changed. The fact that I know that you haven't changed your underwear for 2, 3 days because I've seen you in 2, 3 days in a row. The fact that I know that you haven't changed your underwear is way too much information for me. I do not need to know that. That's something you can keep between you and your doctor, between you and the woman that's unfortunate enough to lay down with you, between you and whoever tends to grab you back there, and whatever bed bugs you have flying around in there. That's between you and them. I don't need to have any parts of that. I really don't. But apparently, these men want everyone to know what kind of panties they have on. I don't want to see your panties. I don't need to see them. I don't. So, go as naughty corner. Because the only skid mark that I know is in San Francisco. Now stop. Hey, stop it. The shower caps were for the hair products. Whatever. I don't care what it's for. Stop wearing them outside. That's not where they belong. You can wear a shower cap all you want in your home, but when you're outside looking like that, my thing is this. The reason I say this needs to stay at home is for this reason. Because it's not like the women just jumped out of the shower. Okay? They didn't just jump out of the shower and end up running outside. No, 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 no. That's not what happened. What happened, they put on this bonnet, this shower cap, whatever it is, and then they do a full face of makeup. You have a full face of makeup, clothes, you typically wife beaters and sweats, and or some kind of tight clothing that just looks absolutely horrific. But anyway, you have a full face of makeup, eyelashes on, everything. So that means you did take time to get ready. That means you sat down in front of a mirror and you made the conscious decision to leave that plastic bag on your head before you went outside. And God forbid it's hot outside. I know you're sweating in there. That cannot smell good. When you take off that plastic bag outside after being outside and coming back in, that cannot smell good. Now, I don't know. I don't, and people have called me out on this before, saying that I don't know about black hair and I don't know how this and that. And I'm like, no, but I know humans. I may not know black hair, but I know humans. I know humans and how much we sweat. I know humans and I know how it feels to go outside and what I smell like coming fresh out the shower versus after going outside, walking around for 30 minutes and coming back in the house. I know the difference. So, just knowing that simple fact, knowing how humans are, knowing what the outside smells like, because outside has a smell, knowing how outside smells and coming back in the home, I know that it cannot smell good. It just can't. I need therapy. Oh my gosh, no. Just thinking about the smell that's going on in there. She does know about black hair. She helped me grow mine. So that's different, Queen Lala. I love black hair. I don't like the lack of hygiene. I love black hair. Ask Larry. Larry will tell you because me and Larry have had many conversations about this because I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the difference in hair texture. I just am. I'm fascinated with it. But one thing I don't like is bad hygiene. Bad hygiene, there's no excuse for bad hygiene, no matter what race you are, no matter what have you. And that's why I said these women are not just jumping fresh out of the shower and running outside because, oh, I was in such a hurry, I forgot to take it off. Or, oh, I forgot that it was on. Or, no, you have sat in front of that mirror for at least 30 minutes and done a full beat on your face, a full face of makeup. You knew what you were going outside looking like. Anyway. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Ian, we already had someone do that. I will not tolerate. I will not go to the naughty corner. Go to the naughty corner. Ian, you're new here. I've never seen your name here before, but welcome to the naughty corner. But literally, so anyway, so that's that with the whole bonnet discussion. I mean, I know people are gonna come for me in the comment section. I bring it. I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. I mean, because literally, like, if no one else is gonna say anything about it, then fine, I'll say it. Because I tell you what, you may not like what I'm saying, but I'm not alone in my thinking. Hmm? There might be other people, but they won't say it because maybe they have a good job, maybe they're scared of losing something. I can't lose anything. Want to know why? Because we're self-maintained. My whole family is self-maintained. We're the one who give jobs to people. So I can't lose anything for what I say. So I don't mind saying the truth. The truth is, it looks bad. I can imagine it smells bad. And a lot of people are getting tired of seeing it because also, typically, what comes along with the bag on the head is a bad attitude. And that's why a lot of these places are putting out signs. They put signs on the window saying, you can't come in here with bags on your head. You can't come in here with sagging pants. Because typically, what comes along with people who sag their pants is violence or bad attitudes. So you can't blame these people. These people have businesses, these people have things to lose. And yeah, if you want to come into their establishments, you need to follow their rules or don't go. What if she was dyeing her hair? 11, get off my channel. 11. What if she was dyeing her? You know that's not true. You know it's not. Come on. No way. Guys, please explain to Ian what happens if she says naughty corner 3 times. Stop it. Carrie, you better not do anything. Stop it. Stop it. Zelich says, yep, you can never question black hair according to them. Oh, oh, oh. You know what? Zelich. Ooh, I want to throw something. Zelich. You know what? I have I have something to tell you about that. Zelich. So I have had this debate online, typically on YouTube, because that's the place where I act a fool. But typically on YouTube, most people act a fool on Twitter. I act a fool on YouTube. So if you guys have ever followed me around, this is why I don't like to tell you guys where I go on YouTube, because I can't have you guys following me around and seeing what I do. Okay. Oh my God. Anyway, listen. I had this discussion online, right, with a bunch of Black women, and they came to my channel after and they said, so you're the one talking about black hair and this and that. And I said, yes. They said, well, you're no one to talk. You don't have hair like ours. I said, that's fine. I understand that I don't have hair like yours. They said, the reason you can't say anything about their hair is because no one else understands their hair but them. And you having, not black hair, not Afro hair, you don't understand. I turned around and said to them, I said, so let me ask you, do you think that you know how it is to be white? Because I've seen a lot of Black people constantly talking about how white people have it easy, how white people live on easy mode, and so on and so forth. I said, if it's true that you have to experience something in order to speak about it, why is it that Black people tend to speak so much about how white people live, but they've never been white before? I asked them, I said, do you know how it feels to be white? Have you ever been white? Do you know what privilege comes with being white? They said, yes, we can see the privilege. I said, things aren't always as they appear. Isn't that true? She said, well, yeah, I mean, obviously, because you guys judge Black people this way, things aren't always as they appear. I said, perfect. So just because something appears like it's living on easy mode, maybe that's from generations of families working hard and saving and making good decisions and not buying Gucci slides, the flip-flop, the Gucci flip-flops, slippers, and not buying things that they can't afford, not buying chains with ice, as they call it, ice and gold and everything. Maybe that becomes things of habits, good habits that lead to generational wealth. Did you ever think about that? So maybe it's not just because the person is white, but it's because their families sacrificed for years on top of years and generations on top of generations, which led up to them living, as you call it, in easy mode. I don't know. I don't know. The other thing, the whole hair situation is like, well, if it's true that white people, even the whole like what style you put your hair in, like white people or non-blacks, I can't even say white people, just non-blacks in general, you can't wear your hair a certain way because that's appropriating and you can't do that and you don't understand the struggle and that. But I've seen black women with blonde wigs, straight blonde wigs, hair down their back, and when I call them out on it, what did they say to me? Queen Lala, you know what they said. What did they say to me? Well, you racist wench, calling me. That's me. I'm the racist wench. In case you guys didn't know, that was me. So, well, you racist wench. You didn't know because you're racist, but a lot of black people have straight hair naturally. So, all the genes that every other race in this whole world has comes from black people. And blonde hair is not exclusive to white people. I said, great, great. Isn't that amazing? Did you know that there are many white people, I would even say the Irish, that have very curly, even almost afro like hair? Did you know that curly hair is not exclusive to black people? No? No. But anyway, this argument is so it's so tiring. It's very tiring because I wouldn't say that anything is really exclusive to any race fully. But one thing that we can admit is that the typical white person has this type of hair, the typical Arab has this type of hair, typical Asian has this type of hair, typical black has this type of hair. That's one thing that we can do. And what we do know is that typical black people don't have straight blonde hair. So it is cultural appropriating when they do it anyway. Braids belong to the Scandinavians. Well, it's a different type of braid. See, I guess the other argument is that, the type of braid that you use, if you use Viking braids or Dutch braids, I wore Dutch braids one time and they said that I was culturally appropriating. Well, actually, wasn't it Larry who said that? Well, on the other hand, I've seen that they said that I can't wear braids. I'm not allowed to wear braids because, yeah. And Kim Kardashian wore like boxer braids. I don't even like Kim Kardashian. I don't even watch the chick, trust me. But yeah. What'd you say, Queen Lala? Queen Lala says, let me know when you see the blonde black unicorn. I love you, Queen Lala. I love that you do not go for none of the nonsense. Queen Lala is the most honest person, one of the most honest people that I know. Queen Lala has no care if your feelings get hurt. Queen Lala has said some things to me that offended me, and I still had to agree with her. I was still like, but she's right. I mean, what can you say? That's who she is, Queen Lala. I'm so happy to see you again, Queen Lala, by the way. Larry, go to the naughty corner for lying. Go to the naughty corner for perjury. Get in the naughty corner. Perjury. BTK says because you want to keep long hair. Huh? What does that mean? Explain. I don't know what you mean by keep long hair. My hair has been long since I've been born. I was born with probably like 4 inches of hair. That's crazy. I mean, just naturally. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Agent, are you not drunk anymore? Hi, Agent. She says, Anira, what most African Americans don't understand is that real Africans do not like to associate with them, at least the Africans that I know. Well, Agent, that's a whole different. Well, actually, you know what? It's not really a different topic. We can integrate this. The Africans that I see do not dress like African Americans. The Africans that I see, I want to say this to you guys, but it's racist, and I'm going to say it to you. It's racist as hell, but I'm going to say it. There are many cultures in the world, one of my culture included. I'm not even going to lie, my culture included. We would never let our daughter marry a black man that is like a normal African American man. If he was born in America, and his generational family goes back more than 2 generations in this country, our families will not want them to marry into our family. Not so much because he's black, but because of the culture that comes with it, or lack of culture, and I dare say. It's a lack of culture that we see in Americans mostly, but especially in African Americans. We see a lack of structure, a lack of discipline, a lack of anything to be praised in, like, in our cultures. And I'm saying this. I know maybe somebody will come out and say, "No," but it's true. It's true. I'm saying what they won't say. I'll tell you just straight out because I have nothing. I don't care. I don't care. I'm a happily married woman. I don't care. I'm not looking to marry into any culture. I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you from my growing up, from growing up as a little girl, my family told me, "You dare not bring home an African American in this house." Did they say African? No, they said African American. Reason is because of the lack of culture that we see. And the sad thing is that we see this in most Westerners. We see Westerners this way mostly, even the white Americans, but it's extreme for African Americans. I hate calling African Americans because African Americans are not African. They're American. They're American. They're not. But anyway, just to separate it for you guys so you guys can understand what I'm saying, I'll just call them African Americans, but I don't like calling them that at all. They're American. So when you see, let's say, black Americans, there we go, that's a better word. So the difference between white Americans and black Americans is vast for us. White Americans, we don't like them either because of their lack of culture. They don't follow any type of rules anymore, and they have no rules. They're just so liberated and free, and this is very dangerous for us. This to us spells danger. It spells um, bad home, an uncomfortable home. It spells a dirty home. It spells a hoe, a woman that has not been chaste, a woman that has not taken care of herself. This is what it spells for us when we see a person with a lack of culture. Now, this is exacerbated. Is that the right word? Exacerbated? Not masturbated. Exacerbated, right? Exacerbated. Sometimes my English. But this is highly exacerbated in the African American, I'm sorry, Black American culture, behavior, lifestyle, because everything that's bad in America is exacerbated in the Black community. Does that make sense? Everything, everything that's going wrong in the world is um, multiplied, or it's higher in the Black community. Like, for example, uh, marriage rates are very low in America, but when you look at the black community, they're almost non-existent, or very high divorce rates, or what have you. Children being born out of wedlock, it's very high in America, but when you look at the black community, it's through the roof. Okay, it's more children being born out of wedlock than being born in. When you look at crime is going up in America, and yes, every community is feeling the effects, but when you look at the black community, it's, you know, um, the lack of respect, lack of culture, it's already existing in America, but when you look at the black community, everything is exacerbated. I hope I'm using the right word, but it's all heightened in the black community. So any problems that America has, it's exacerbated or higher or multiplied in the black community. So if you talk to any, I hate to say this, I'm going to say it. If you talk to any Asians, Indians, Arabs, um, any culture that is still strong and traditional, I wouldn't even say Latinos anymore because Latinos have become a lot more liberal as time has gone by. But there are certain Latino countries that are still more conservative, like Argentinians, Colombians. No, not Colombians. I'm sorry, Argentinians, Spaniards, and a few others. But for the most part, Latinos are right along with Westerners at this point because their culture has dwindled. They're just letting their cultures and traditions and everything fall to the wayside. But anyway, if you talk to any cultures that still have their culture intact or are still traditional, who will still cut your head off in the backyard if you mess up, these are cultures like Indians, Arabs, Kurdish, Persian, Azerbaijani, all of these people, Eastern Europeans, Russians. When I say Russians, I mean the Eastern Russians, not the Western Russians, because Eastern Russians tend to be more conservative. But anyway, when you talk to these people feel this way, and they say the same thing. They tell their daughters when they're growing up, you will not bring home a black man in this house. We will disown you. We won't talk to you anymore. We'll act like you don't exist. We will burn all of your baby pictures and act like you were never, ever born. Now, that's what's told to the majority of cultures. And let me tell you the difference. If a woman brings home an African man, pardon me, guys, if she brings home an African, things are different. All of a sudden, it's like, we'll accept this. That's acceptable because Africans still have culture. Africans still have discipline and traditions and something about themselves that says hell to the no. You're not just going to do anything you want to do and come back in this house. No, you're not going to be a hoe. No, we will still cut your head off in the backyard. See, that's the difference. This is the reason why you see most of our cultures do not accept Black Americans. And even if they accept Americans, like let's say a white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, grew up in the Midwest of America. Even this woman will still be looked at with a side eye by most cultures because we see them as loose. We see white girls as loose. All of our cultures see white girls as easy to get in bed, easy to play with, but not good to marry. They're not good marriage material in our eyes. And we believe that if you marry one of those white girls that's, born and raised in America, grew up in, Minnesota, Wisconsin, what have you, you can marry them, they look cute, and then once they hit a certain age, they chop off all their hair. They usually chop their hair up to like here. They get that, what's that called? The Karen cut. They get that cut. They start gaining weight, and then they divorce you and take you for half of your stuff because they know the law and you didn't. This is how we see it. Sorry. What? What is it? Yes, the Karen look. That's what I'm saying. I'm reading your comments. 1 second. 11 says written by whom? Who wrote what? What are you talking about? Are you asking me who wrote these rules? Society? Look at the divorce court. I mean, look at the family courts. I mean, if that's what you're asking me, I'm not sure if that was the question, but I mean, just look around. And also, a lot of our cultural men have married white women, and they have come back with these same complaints that they're lazy, they don't clean, they leave stuff around the house. They're just typically lazy women. And the thing is, they don't feel lazy. Most white women don't feel lazy. Most of them feel like, I clean, I cook all day. No, 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 because there's a different level of cleaning that we typically do. There's a different way that we keep our homes. If I took this camera around my homes, all the houses that we have in my family and my culture, what have you, you would see the difference. I see the difference because I grew up like this. So I know, but you don't know. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know because you've never been with me. You've never been in my world. If I took you to my aunt's homes, the neighbors' homes that are also Turkish or also Arabs, you would see the difference. Our homes are different. They're just, I can't, and that is a whole different level. That's because those are women that do nothing but take care of the home. When you have a woman who's constantly working, who is really not lazy, you're going to see the difference in the home. The home shows. So Zero says, damn, I need a white girl. No, I mean, for Americans, I think with Americans, staying with Americans is a good thing because the expectation levels are pretty much the same. You guys really, I think Americans complain less with one another rather than them marrying Easterners or, culturally, pardon me, guys. Culturally, if you marry someone who's deep in their culture, who comes from a traditional culture, you are going, especially as Americans, you're going to feel inadequate. You will. And the thing is, everyone will see you as inadequate because they will know that you grew up American. They'll say, yeah, this person grew up Western. They don't. They don't feel the same way. Also, Western women we tend to look at them as loud and out of place. They don't know their place. Now, I know Western women hate to hear that. Yeah, Western women, ooh, when they hear anything about women being in their place, they're like, what does that mean? I'm not a child. You don't put me in my place. I'm not someone's daughter. We see it as Western women are allowed and they don't know their place because they never were taught their place. Because typically we see Western men as very forgiving and kind and soft, and they tolerate more nonsense from women than Eastern men do. Let's just say that. Western men are actually brought up to tolerate more from women than Eastern men do. Western men are taught, open the door for the lady, be nice to the lady, don't curse around the lady, don't never hit the lady. That lesson doesn't translate in our languages. But, you know, all of these things are geared to treating the woman like a princess, making sure she feels good and safe and protected and nice. And these things are so beautiful. I wish the men in my culture were taught like that, but they're just not. They just aren't. Yeah. So Western men tend to be softer on their women, and this is why we know that Western ladies, when they're brought up, that their fathers didn't demand the level of discipline, of respect, of dignity. They didn't demand the same levels as traditional Eastern families. Traditional Eastern families, because the stakes are so high, you will get disowned, you will get inherited, you will get possibly even beaten in the backyard. You might even get beheaded. You might get sent back to your country. That's another thing that happens to us, is getting sent back to our countries. When you don't behave properly here, they'll say, we'll send you back home. Westerners don't have that problem because this is your home. The West is your home. So where else are they going to send you? Your parents can't say, if you don't act right, we'll send you home. Where are you going to go? Because everywhere you go, here you are. And so these are the different, this is why the stakes are so high for us. And also, if we're not virgin at marriage, or if we've been acting bad, and even let's say we haven't even lost our virginity, but let's just say we've been out looking like we lost our virginity. Does that make sense? You look like you lost your mind. You didn't actually lose your mind, but you look like you did. And that is enough to get you disqualified from being married, to get you sent back to your country. Third world, could be third world, could be whatever have you. It could get so many punishments. The stakes are higher for us than it is for Western women. Western women have it so easy. I hate you, wenches. I hate you, wenches, with all my heart, soul, and might. I wish that, I could have had a little bit more of that leeway, but I didn't. I didn't, because I was born into this, and Western ladies were born into. So, we don't have that type of forgiveness. Eastern men are not brought up thinking, open the door for the lady, you can't hit women, don't curse around the ladies. We are taught to, as Eastern ladies, we're taught that we need to shut up. We have to be quiet around men, especially when men are together. You need to exit the room. We can't be around them. We're not allowed to even. The only time you're allowed as a woman, as an Eastern woman, to speak around the men is when you hit maybe 50, 52, 53, 55. I'm thinking like right after menopause is when you're actually allowed to be around the men in our culture. Because before that, you are supposed to be in the kitchen, or you're supposed to have a broom or a vacuum in your hand, or a baby. That's it. You either have a baby in your hand, a broom, or a vacuum. And you just, you know, get back in the kitchen. But do you know how rare it is for a Middle Eastern girl to be able to be online like I am? Do you guys know what privilege I have to be able to do what I'm doing right now? You guys understand that? And this privilege that I have comes with a lot of sacrifice at home too, because my husband, I mean, just like any Eastern husband, he doesn't want, like, extra attention to the family or what have you. But I begged for this. I did kind of beg him, and then also he knew that I needed the outlet. He said, "You need a political outlet because you like political things. Just speak about it. And I'm tired of hearing you talk to me about politics. So why don't you get a channel and you can talk to them about the politics?" But anyway, this comes with a lot of sacrifice from me too, because if I don't behave right, I'm not getting my channel. My husband can take my channel tomorrow, and he could say, "You know what? Scrap your channel. You're not doing your wifely duties at home all for this channel. Now, the only time you're going to have the internet is to look for recipes for cooking. That's the only time you're going to have this computer now, is to look for recipes for cooking or how to knit something." That's But the stakes are like that, and I think a lot of Western women don't have that, because I think Western women would say, "I'm a woman, you can't do that to me, you can't do," I don't know. For some reason, I feel like Western women just have a lot of say so. You guys can just talk back. You guys can talk back. You can throw stuff and expect that the man will not hit you. Like I saw this woman, she's like yelling. She was talking to me on YouTube, and she's like, "Yeah, me and my husband, I've been with him since I've been 17. And, I used to slap him and be mean. We used to have fights, and he never hit me. He is such a great man. That is what real men do." I'm like, "Oh, really? Is that what real men do? Just stand there and be abused by you?" Oh, the luxury to say that. Oh, listen, my husband is not a woman beater, but one thing I know I will not do. Okay. That's just, no, that's not going to happen. I'm looking at you guys. Have you heard the song "You Don't Own Me"? You don't own me. Yeah, I tried to sing that to my husband. He was like, "No, I do. I have the paperwork right here. It says, wife and husband, you are mine. Now go back to the kitchen like I told you." That's my husband. I'm like, "You don't own me, actually." No. Shadow says, "So you told me that having standards and expectations will result in better people. Do you remember a time? Because I look on older videos of America. Americans used to have tighter culture. They used to be more traditional. From what I've seen, there used to be a standard. People used to get married because they had to. They used to stay together because they had to. They used to try to work things out better than what we do today. The divorce rates were a lot lower. People they weren't so finicky like they are today. Let's just say that. Another thing about Westerners before is that Western culture used to be very similar to Eastern. Before, it was like a worldwide thing. Everybody was like that because everybody understood that women are stupid and women need to be like controlled. Women need to be under the control of a man. First, beginning with their father and going to their husband. In you could say my culture, you could say however you want, but we believe you go from being under the authority of your father to being under the authority of your husband until death, and then you die. See, we don't believe in women being alone because women need to be protected. And a lot of Western women will hear me say this and they will think misogyny. They will think controlling. "Oh, what do you mean I need a man?" No, listen, try to listen and hear me when I say we believe it's a protection thing. We believe this is part of protecting the women of the family. This is part of keeping women feminine. And I want to use the word comfortable, but it's more like keeping them protected, keeping them. And in that, I've noticed that this is why men tend to be more masculine in our culture, because they know that they need to keep the women together. They need to keep the women, you know, in a proper home. They need to keep them comfortable. They need to keep them all together and all of this. And this is why the men go out and they work so hard. And this is why we're typically more wealthy than American families. Typically, we're richer, we're better off because we stay together to keep the women together and so on and so forth. I know this is going to sound so bad to a lot of Westerners because I talk to many Westerners. I know how you guys feel. I hear you guys. Like I watch many Western like talk shows or podcasts, and I know what they're saying. They're always saying things like the women are always saying, "I need protection. I need this, and I need provision." And a man has to be able to provide, protect, and provide, protect. Yeah, I forget the other one, but they need to be able to do all these things for me. They need to be richer than me. They need to be stronger than me. They need to be taller than me. But when I say things like a woman needs to be under a man, whether it be her father, if it's not her father, it needs to be her husband. When I say things like that, women back away and they're like, no, we don't. No, we don't. We don't need that. So then why do you want it so bad? Why do you crave that? These Western women on these podcasts, why do you crave it then? Why are you constantly talking about I need a man to provide and protect and blah blah blah? But the moment that I say women need to be under the authority of a man, oh, that's scary, because they want the, I guess they want the control. They want to be able to control the situation. If I'm in control about when I need this man, then I feel better about it. If he's in control of what I need, then I'm not happy with that, because then he's going to feel like he can abuse me. And that's the most tired excuse that I've seen from Western women talking about being abused. Western women consider a man yelling at them as abuse. Did you know that the police can be called and they will come and arrest you if a woman is just scared of you? If you and your woman are having an argument, a regular marital argument, okay? This is a, which we don't have in my culture because, never mind. If you and your husband are having a regular marital argument and a woman calls the police, hello, 911? Yeah. Oh my God, thank God you guys answered. What's your emergency? Okay, well, me and my husband are having this like argument and like he's scaring me because he's like screaming. He's like screaming so much because I was out with the pool boy, but that's my right as a woman. And hello, are you gonna send someone? Yes, we're gonna send someone. What's your address? She gives the address. What happens? The police come and say, we're taking him into the police station. Why? What did he do? Well, this is something like, I don't know if they call it domestic violence or they call it something. It's like battery. I think they call it like battery. And it's a real charge. And it's just from scaring person. They said assault is if the person is scared of you. If a person feels threatened by you or scared of you, that is considered battery. You Western women, you guys, I mean, you're ruining your own lives to me. That's just insane that there's laws against yelling at a woman. If a man hits a wall because he's upset when they're having an argument, that is considered battery, because he hit a wall or he hit a table or what have you. He hit some pillows. Just any sign of aggression from a man is considered battery or assault in this country. And a lot of people don't know that until it actually happens. And when it happens, the man goes to jail and he's like, but I didn't even hit her. It doesn't matter if you hit her, because the judge will say, well, you intimidated her and you made her feel threatened. So that's battery. I'm like, that's insane. But that's the way it is here. Yeah, and yeah, that's what I was thinking, like, something like intimidation or threatening. So dumb. Battery is physical. In my opinion, battery is physical. But legally, I know that this, you can go to jail for this. And I know it because you guys know I work in the law firms. I mean, I work in the legal sector. I don't even want to say all these words, but I work in this, and I've seen this on DVPOs, people who get domestic violence protection orders for these type of reasons. And I asked the lady, because we are lawyers for the men, mostly we are defenders of the men in my firm, in my law firm. So typically you'll say, okay, so what happened? What happened? Why were you scared? Well, he was yelling at me, and I was just so scared. He was yelling. Had he hit you before? And well, no, but it could happen anytime. I was watching this Lifetime movie, and in the Lifetime movie, the guy just like hit her, and he just started like raping her straight away. It's like, oh my God. Okay, all right, all right. Now, you know what? You guys could be right. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe I'm the one losing my mind. But to me, this is part of the reason why I believe women are so finicky today. Women in America, or Western women, they divorce so easily because everything to them is abuse. Everything. You can't yell at them. You can't do anything. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Assault and battery comes in degrees. Exactly. Exactly. There's so many degrees, and I think it goes down to four degrees. Yeah, like I think four is like the least serious, but I'm not certain. Fix says, if men beat their women once in a while, we wouldn't. What are you trying to say? Wouldn't we wouldn't be abusing them? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I really don't believe. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be bad. Now you guys may not agree with me this too, but this is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. I don't believe that every time a man hits a woman that it is abuse. I don't believe so. And wait. I hear you. I hear you. I understand. Wait. Gosh, Westerners are so finicky about this. They're like, oh my God, that's not true. It's abuse. Wait. The reason I say this is because in in many in times before, not like now. Now everything you do is abuse, and oh my God, you hit somebody, you're going straight to jail. But before, there used to be treatment. So like for like if a person is going manic, people who are losing their mind and who are hysterical, one of the treatments that was recommended by doctors would be to slap them, to give them a nice slap across the face to see if that changed their perspective, if that helped them figure it out. And that was medical. That was a medical thing to do, to slap a person or shake them. They said just give them a shake or slap them and see if that fixes the problem. A man correcting his wife, I believe that you should never, ever punch a woman in the face. You should never, ever break teeth. You should never break bones. There shouldn't be no bloodshed. There should be so many rules when it comes to this. But a man disciplining his wife, I mean, there are Christian groups who believe in this too. It's called domestic discipline, I think, or something like that. They call it like domestic discipline or something, when a man is allowed to correct his wife. And this is not like abuse where you're just angry and you come home and start beating your wife with your fists. No, because that is deplorable. You should never do that. That is wrong. And I believe any man who does that should be handled by her father or her brothers. And good luck to you. But a man who corrects his woman, I'll give you an example. Oh my gosh, this is going to get personal. But here we go. Personal. So my aunt and uncle. So I have an aunt and uncle, and they're married, of course, because that's why they're my aunt and uncle. Because we don't just marry our aunts and uncles. Anyway, they're married, and my aunt is a more rambunctious woman. Is that the word to say, rambunctious? Like her personality is over the top. She's like that. And one time, she and my uncle were in the kitchen, and I forget what it was, but she was very annoying that day. And her husband was trying to get her to calm down. And he's like, please, Mariam, stop. Her name is Mariam. He said, Mariam, call us. Stop. Mariam, stop. And she is not stopping. And she's just, I don't know what was wrong with her that day. She was just over the top. My uncle grabbed her and slapped her in the head like this, like that. Stop, like that, and yelled at her to stop. And she stopped. And she's like, she just stopped. And it was fine. And nobody was sitting there like, oh my gosh, she's abused. No, that wasn't the case. It was like he's correcting his wife because she wouldn't stop doing something. And it was getting annoying. So for us, it wasn't seen as, oh, she's being abused. But I believe if this was a Western woman and this happened to her, she would call the police. It would be police involved and lawyers involved. And all of a sudden, just from that tab, all of a sudden, we're going to have everybody else involved. We're going to bring lawyers. It's going to be a divorce because she's going to claim domestic violence. And anyway. And my uncle, he's never somebody who's going to beat on his wife. He never came home and started beating my aunt or anything close to that. But I believe there is a certain level of rights and authority that a man should be able to have over his family. And I don't think that that should entail, like, of course, anything brutal or anything. But a man correcting his wife, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I really don't. That's just me. You guys don't have to agree with me. You guys aren't married to me. So that's just me. I don't believe that there's anything wrong with a man correcting his wife. Especially, we were home, we were with the family. It's not like they were outside or anything. But these are things that happen between husband and wife. And yeah. 3G, stop it. That's not going to happen. Stop it. It's not going to happen. But if the man got it wrong, it's assault and battery. What do you mean? What do you mean if he got it wrong? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Fionn says, what would have been the consequences if she had called the cops for hitting her? I mean, I would imagine the same thing that we see in Western homes. The cops come. Cops make everything 10 times worse. Did you guys know that? Police, when you call police, I believe you should only call police in extreme emergency situations, because if you're just having a fight with your family, or, it could be a marital spat, what have you. If you bring more people into that situation, it is going to make things a lot more tense, a lot worse, and a lot more stressful. But I believe that if police were called, that it would have made the situation a lot worse, because then he's going to be labeled a woman beater. They're going to have to go to court. He's going to have domestic violence. And the state, it doesn't matter if she wants the state to go after him. The state naturally goes after people in criminal cases, and that would be considered criminal because, battery. So it would have made the situation a lot worse. And exactly, thank you, BTK. It escalates everything. But you said then it escalates to knives and guns. What? No, that's not what happens. No, that's what a lot of Americans always say. Americans typically will say things like that. Or when it comes to, let me see, I've noticed that Americans tend to use the worst case scenario for everything. Everything that they disagree with, they'll use the worst case scenario to refute what I'm talking about. Example, when I was speaking about abortion, I was talking about abortion and how I disagree with abortion. Americans always come out with a scenario, but rape happens. It's like, oh my God. Okay. Yes, there are bad scenarios that happen, but let's be real. The majority of times, things are not like the worst case scenario. Things are not going to be that way. So, but yeah, the worst case scenario is always, let me take a sip of water, please. I don't drink water from bottles on camera, so pardon me. He said, I was about to bring up abortions. That's what I'm saying. Every single time I have certain arguments with Americans or Westerners that they disagree with, they'll bring out the worst case scenario and say, well, this can happen. Everybody knows that can happen, but the majority of times it will not happen. Want to know why? In our culture. And this is why I say culture is so important. Culture prevents a lot of the worst things, the worst case scenarios from happening. If you have a decent culture that is structured with restrictions and respect and dignity and shame in it, you won't have the majority of the problems like these worst case scenarios. Culturally, men, and I know what the stereotype for Americans, they think that Eastern men or Arabs are just coming home and beating their wives every day. That's definitely not the case. Pardon me, guys, I'm sorry. I've seen more cases of violence living in America than when I was in the Middle East. When I was in the Middle East, women are just different. And I've noticed that here, men tend to be a little bit more rough with their women when it comes to them getting drunk. They'll just start beating the women. I've noticed that more here than in the Middle East. In the Middle East, people are surprised how peaceful it is when it's not wartime. But when there's a war happening, of course, it gets really bad. But if you've ever been to a peaceful Middle Eastern country, like Lebanon, like the United Arab Emirates, which everybody just thinks Dubai when they think of the United Arab Emirates. But if you go there, you will see how peaceful it is and how beautiful it is and how good everybody gets along with one another, but most people don't know that. But anyway, where was I going? I was going to tell you guys about something that happened, but I lost it when I was thinking about the Middle East for a second. Queen Lala said, I do this sometimes and found out why through therapy. It's because we expect the worst because of the upbringing and victim mindset for centuries. Huh. Well, if that's the case, if, sorry, if the case is that Westerners, I don't know if you, are you saying this as a Black woman, or are you saying this as an American Westerner, or are you, how are you saying this, Lala? Anyway, if you're saying it as a Black woman, I would say, if it is true that Black women always bring up the worst case scenarios because they are scared of the other shoe falling, or they know that it can be bad, then why do Black women put themselves in such bad positions in life? This is an honest question. Why do, I'm not saying you, Queen Lala, I'm saying in general, not saying you. But if it is the case that they're always worried about the next shoe falling down, why do they put themselves in such bad scenarios? Unless it's just subconscious or it's unintentional. I just wonder about that. I'm not gonna read that. Keela, he says, yep, seen it too much myself. It's unfortunate, but Uncle Sam is her daddy, and she's the police responsibility, not mine. And this is another reason why we don't have police involved in our family matters or in our cultural issues. You see, Arabs, we are very private people, very secretive people, because we as women still count on our Arab men to protect us. We don't count on the police to come protect us. We don't. If we have a familiar issue, is it familial? I don't know. Family issue, let's just say. If we have a family problem, we call on our fathers. We call on our brothers, our uncles, our cousins. We don't call police. See, and I've seen that white women, Western women tend to depend heavily on the police. Every time something happens, they're like, 911. And we look at them and we're just laughing because we're like, really? I mean, you really think that these people are coming to fix your problems and everything is going to be work? No. Because after they leave, they go home to their family and you end up with court cases, have to buy attorneys, have to, no. See, we don't see it that way. Did you catch it? 911. You got to make sure you grunt when you put the phone next to the ear. Because they really feel like they're doing something. 911. No. We don't believe in that. Familial. Thank you. But when you say the word, it doesn't sound right. Familial, it doesn't sound right. But yes, keep the government out of it. Exactly. Because when the government comes, it doesn't make anything better. That's why I say, if you're going to call the police, it should be for something that's extreme. Like you're really in fear of your life. This is life or death. That's the only time I would call police ever. Because me and my family, we've had issues. We've had times where, am I going to share this with you guys? I am. Okay, I'll share it with you guys. We've had times when the whole house was fighting. The whole house was fighting each other. And it was like, I forget the reason why, but my father-in-law was mad at my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law came to my husband saying something about this. Then he gets mad, and all the men in the family were fighting. Not so much physically, but things were being thrown. It was crazy. I mean, it was so loud. And never once did it occur to me that I was scared and I needed to call the police to come settle them down. Never. Not once did I ever think, you know, it would be a good thing to do right now. Let's bring more people in it with badges. That'll fix it. No, I never thought about that because this was a family thing. We were having a family fight, which needs to be handled by family. Who did I call? I called my cousin and my uncle. I told them to come over here and help. I called them. I said, oh my God. I was sitting there, like, Ahmed, come, come fast, help us. But I never once thought to call the police. I called my family, called my uncle and my cousins to come to separate the men. That's what I did. Family brawls are awesome. It was crazy because so anyway, I don't want to say I'm not gonna say, but I made a video right after that fight. And if you guys remember my old channel, I made a video. The video that I made right after this family fight was a video about that army guy who got arrested at that gas station at gunpoint. It was a black guy, and he was like a soldier or something like that, and he got arrested at gunpoint at the gas station. I made a video about that, asking people, was it wrong that he got arrested, or was it okay that he got arrested? Because they sprayed mace in his eyes and they treated him kind of rough, but he wasn't really listening to them when they were arresting him. I think you guys remember what I'm talking about. But anyway, I actually made a YouTube video right after that family fight. I was still kind of shaking even in the video when I was recording it. But oh my gosh, that was oof. It was crazy. But yeah, and like I said, we don't believe in bringing people into our homes when we have fights. We don't believe in that. Whether it be man and his wife, whether it be the wife and her sister, whether it be brother-in-law and sister-in-law, we don't believe in bringing other people except family. So that's why I say Westerners, Western women, I don't know. I mean, I wish I could understand you better. I wish I could understand why you depend so heavily on outside forces all the time, why you depend on men never men's training, you could say. The way they train Western men, open the doors, don't curse around the ladies, be nice to the ladies, and all these things. And, that kind of chivalry, we don't have that in the Middle East. So when we do get treated like that, we are super gracious because we don't have it where women are forcing their sons to do these things or telling them you can't do this, you can't hit a woman, you can't do this. We just don't have that, and so I think we're more gracious and grateful when we do get certain treatment because we don't expect it. But Western women expect it. And when they don't get it, they get pissy about it. Do you see the difference? Okay, I want to give you guys, you said you regularly remember the video? Yeah, that was, I wish I at least had that video to show you guys. But yeah, that was right after the family fight. And right after family fight, I needed to get some relief, some mental relief. So I recorded a video for you guys. And that's what I did right after the fight. Yeah, entitled. Exactly. It's entitlement. Yes, she supports equal rights, mean equal less. I don't support men knocking women out, but I do, like I said, I don't believe that there's this idea of there's never a reason to hit a woman. I could think about 12 right on the top of my head, 12 reasons to hit a woman. I'm not saying to hit her, knock out teeth, or punch her. I don't think that any man should take his hand and go like this to hit a woman. We call this in Arabic books. So fist in Arabic is called books. This is where the term boxing came from in English. It's from Arabic word for fist. It means books. So, we would say, like, ليش تضرب زوجتك? Like, why do you hit your wife? بالبوكس. بالبوكس. That means with the fist. So, I don't think that there's any reason, unless, like I said, unless she's hitting you like that with the books, then sure. But even then, I'm like, it's a dangerous situation when a man does that. But a man slapping a woman with an open hand, I don't. If it's called for, But like I said, it has to be called for. Don't go around hitting women for no reason. That's just an idiotic thing to do. It's stupid. So Reminds me of the Bill Burr joke. Oh my gosh, I remember that. Actually, Samuel showed it to me. Samuel's the one who introduced that joke to me. He's like, she's nagging and nagging, and then she knocks off my headset from my face, and then he's like, honey, not right now, honey. Puts the headset back on, and she's like, knocks it off again, and he's like, honey, please, I don't want to talk about it. Puts it back on. She does it again, and he's like, all right, you know what? I'm like, I just, because women are, I tell you, I want to say this, and then I'll move on. When you tell women, or you tell anybody, that they are allowed to do something and there's never any consequences for this action, when you tell somebody that you can do this and there will be never ever any consequence or reaction from you doing this, women will tend to do the thing because they know or they think that they can get away with it. See, when a person thinks, I can do this, they become more entitled to do the thing. Does that make sense? So I believe, don't say that. Don't say, even if men do not hit women because they are honorable and they don't want to do that, that's a good thing. But never tell women, there's never a reason to hit a woman, because women get it in their head, there's never a reason to hit me, so I can do what I want. What? I hit you, you can't do anything about it. What? And then they feel tough. And this is what I'm talking about. The mentality behind, there's never a reason to hit a woman. Don't say that. Just say, keep your hands to yourself. That's it. But I don't like women believing that there's never a reason to hit a woman, and then you see on all the videos, or you go out in public and you see women acting a fool because there's never a reason to hit a woman. No. It escalates, and I'm like, I don't know if you're talking about men hitting women. I don't care. Like, you know what? It's escalating right now from the women's side. So the more you say there's no reason to hit a woman, women are escalating in their violence towards men. The majority of domestic violence happens directed at men. But just because a man responds, that's when he gets in trouble. Because women, when they hit men, men never say anything. They don't tell. The minute that a man hits a woman, she tells. And this is how it ends up being. That people say, oh, domestic violence comes from men. No, it mostly comes from women, if you only knew. But men don't say anything. DJ says, I can think of 15 on the top of my head. You could wake me up from a drunken stupor. I can still give you like 9. Exactly. That's so true. I could think of so many reasons. One of the main reasons to hit a woman would be her taking everything that you worked for your whole life from you, all because she wants to jump on a new horsey and ride it. That's a reason to just get one good, that's it. I'm just saying, that's one reason for me. I think you have that coming. You have it coming. You do that to a man, you got it coming. The moment that he sees you, as they say online, on sight. On sight. Anyway, let me stop. Okay. I'll stop now. I'll stop. Troy says, Anira, I get being a gentleman and all, but the feminists demanded equality. Equal means equal. Someone comes at me, I'm gonna drop them. Don't care how they identify. Now, I hate this argument. Even if I agree with you, Troy, I hate this argument, and I'll tell you why. When women say that they wanted equality, they weren't speaking about that. They were saying they wanted equality in the workplace and equality, equal pay for not the same work. Let's be real. Equal pay for not the same work. They wanted those type of things. We all know that they weren't talking about physical equality, because equality and physicality doesn't exist. Equal physical strength, it doesn't exist between men and women. So we all know they weren't saying that, but men have taken it that way. Men now, men, especially in the red pill sector, say, well, they wanted equal rights, so now they get equal less. And that's a cute saying and all, but men punching women in the face is, you know, it's dangerous. Let's just say you're playing a dangerous game when you do that. Now, when it comes to, like I said, if you slap her, if you do whatever, I mean, even if you punch her at that point, I just want to know what she did. Don't go around doing that just to random women, because I've seen videos where a woman pushes a man, she just pushed him like that, and he just knocks her out in her face. And I'm like, was that called for? Was, you know what I mean? I'm like, do you think that that was called for? This is not a marital situation. This is not a husband and wife, or they didn't even really know each other, it looked like. But I'm like, is that called for, to get knocked out by men with the books, with the fist, because you pushed him? I don't know. I don't know. But then also, I think you should have kept your hands to yourself in the first place, because you can't really control how a person is going to react when you force them to defend themselves, right? That's another thing. When you force them to be in that position of acting like an animal, you can't be surprised of how much of an animal they act like when the animal side comes out. Um, I would just warn men to try to make your responses to women when it comes to violence, make it appropriate. You know, give the appropriate amount of violence. Don't don't do permanent damage to someone because they pushed you, because you being pushed did not cause you any type of permanent damage, but you doing that could permanently damage somebody, and then that's going to be a lawsuit, not because you hit a woman, but because they're damaged for life. You know what I mean? Amira, what if she cuts you or used as a bottle or weapon? Well, then you are entitled to, at that point, you could actually legally kill her, because your life is in danger at that point. That's a whole different, you know, scenario. I think I saw that video. He was never arrested. Cops let him go. I think you know what I'm talking about. It was at nighttime. They were outside of a bar, and the woman, she, you know, she was being annoying, and you know, she just pushed him, and then he just turned around and just like, you know, and she fell to the ground very hard. It did not look pretty. It did not look good, and yeah, a lot of people don't realize what's happening to your brain when you get knocked out. It's not asleep. You're not sleeping. That's not sleeping. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Is it Dr. M? Hi, Dr. M. He says violence against any human should never be disproportionate to the thing that you're responding to. That's what I believe as well. Make it proportionate, because violence is necessary in the world, whether people like it or not. I know in this world, most people, modern people, think you can live your whole life without ever being spanked, without ever being slapped, without ever being pushed or grabbed or anything, or not even yelled at. You're supposed to live life on easy mode. You know, no one touches anyone. Everybody is just afraid to touch. No, that's not real. That's not real life. Because if you even look at kittens, cats, mama cats, they bite the crap out of their kitten's ear to assert dominance over them, so they listen to them. Like, this is humans. I know that we believe we're like so above any bad behaviors or any animal behaviors, but we're still animals in a way. No matter what, you can't do anything to women, legally. I know. I know. I know. Keela says, I felt bad for him, but also glad no one tried him after. Yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. An eye for an eye, says Zelich. Mm. Oh, yeah. Sorry, not Keela. D-Day says, Measure, I agree. Sadly, the system over here keeps you from doing so. Thus, men resort to putting the mask on, because your life is likely over anyway if you choose to fight back at all. It's sad. I was just arguing with someone today about the whole Chris Brown situation. You know, this Chris Brown situation, people are still trying to cancel Chris Brown. People, like, there's still women in the chat saying, like, I'm never going to support a woman beater. I'm like, shut the F up. Like, really? Okay, you're acting like Rihanna was just this little poor little house on the prairie innocent, wife that was wearing these long dresses and had a scarf on her head and was just churning butter, and then here comes Chris Brown, just boom in her face. Like, come on, that's not what happened. Let's be real. Rihanna was probably hitting him. And he responded, and that's what happened. These were two people who were young, they were angry, and they had a fight. And Rihanna lost, as she should. She's a woman. She's not going to, most of the time, she's not going to win in a fight against a man unless the man lets her win. So Chris Brown wasn't having it. Chris Brown was not going to let Rihanna win, and she got beat. That's what happened. And I'm not going to judge Chris Brown his whole life for a fight that he had when he was a kid. Like, no, I'm not. No. The little farmer from Jamaica. 14 years and he won't ever live it down. I know. I'm like, so wait, she gets to live her whole life being the victim of domestic violence, right? But he has to live his whole life being the perpetrator and the evil man. He's never done it again publicly. He's never beaten another woman publicly. And since then, and yet they're still over here like, oh, he's so bad. Oh my god! I like to shout Chris Brown when I slap. What? Rihanna started it first. She was, oh, hi Primal One, I haven't seen you. Rihanna started it first. She was being OD on him. I don't know what that means. Hitting him, accusing him of cheating, not to mention stealing his phone. Well, she was also accused of giving him herpes at one point. Wasn't it true that that was part of the argument, that he was mad because he got his doctor results back? But that could be a rumor. I mean, that could be a rumor. But there's many things that were going on in that Lamborghini that night. Okay. And I don't know why everyone is acting like they know exactly what happened and that, he's not a victim at all. Like, no, I think he is a victim. I think Rihanna was hitting on him. What did Suka say? Oh, I see. Yeah. He found out she was cheating on him. Well, I know these are all rumors. I know, guys, stop. Rihanna is a happily married woman now, isn't she? She just had a baby. So we're not going to say like this is now, but I heard back in the day, that Rihanna was out there. I heard Rihanna was out there, like giving it away like hotcakes, as they say. Oh, overdose. She was overdosing. Oh, so she was a little bit too high, a little bit too much in the. Okay. She's also not married. Shut up, Lala. She's not married. She just had a baby. Wait, she's not married? Lala, you're lying. Really? I guess it just goes to show you can be a billionaire and still nobody wants to marry you with that kind of attitude. I don't know. When I see women like that who are attractive and rich and can't keep a man, that makes me think something about them is wrong. Because I'm like, I don't know any man who wouldn't be happy to sit in her mansion and be a house husband. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible that she's not married. Something has to be wrong. Something really, yeah. It's fornication, infidels. Their existence is wrong. Oh man. Oh yeah, I remember that boy. When what's her name? Beyonce's little sister was beating up Jay-Z in the elevator. Jay-Z, he didn't hit her back because he knew there were cameras there. He knew. And the thing is, had he went and hit her back, she was assaulting him. Had he hit her back, he would be labeled a woman beater for the rest of his career, for the rest of his life, I guess. Another single mom with 2 kids. She has 2? I thought she only had 1. Oh, that's right. She's pregnant again. That's right. Okay. Wow. Queen Lala. And she's just making the statistics. She's just living the stereotype. That's horrible. Oh my gosh. Many kids are made out of wedlock. Yeah, but you are supposed to be setting an example. This is one thing I like about Beyonce. Now, say what you want about Beyonce, but She made sure to marry Jay-Z, give children to the world, and stay with her husband. They've been through so many fights, and she stayed with her husband. She hasn't left. I mean, when you're in the public eye like that, you need to set an example. At least fake it. Like, fake it till you make it because it gives people hope. But I'm not gonna read that. I'm not reading that. Okay, let me look at this thing. I wanna share some news with you all before let me see. Um how is there like lint in my mouth? Where did that come from? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, here we go. So the establishments that said that they're not going to allow sagging pants and wife beaters in their establishment, they were labeled as right-wing bull crap. They're saying one person tried to use the bar and grill's past against them by mentioning that it used to have female staff paint their torsos. In addition to the new dress code, customers can no longer return their food and ask for a refund. And all credit card payments now require ID. You know what that means? That means, oh, I'm not, I don't need to say it right. You guys understand where I'm going with this, right? Right? So they changed the dress code. They said no more sagging pants, no more wife beaters allowed, right? Then they said all credit card payments need to be accompanied by your ID. So what it's looking like to me is that somebody of a certain race, or maybe a few people of a certain race, messed up. They've been being bad in this establishment, and these people have had enough. That's what it looks like to me, but I could be wrong. Here we go. So in addition to the new dress code, customers can no longer return their food or ask for a refund. And all credit card payments now require ID. Lastly, this is, and I quote, guests who emit marijuana odors. You guys, oh my God, this is getting worse and worse as I go on. Okay, here we go. And I quote, guests who emit marijuana odors or smell like weed, if they vape indoors or exhibit loud and disrespectful behavior, will be asked to leave. On the plus side, tacos are still $1, and Coronas are $3 on Thursdays. Today's Thursday, or today's Wednesday. No, well, it's almost Thursday. Almost Thursday. So that's crazy. So I was trying to defend them and say that it's not racist, but the more that I read, I'm like, no, no, wait. But it seems like they were screwed over. Is that the right word? It seems like they were screwed over, and I think that's why they ended up doing this. I believe that this must have been a pattern of people doing bad things of a certain race, and they're cracking down on it. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. It's Friday. I wish. Thursday was today. What is it? Is today? Wait. Oh, it is. It is oh, okay. It is Thursday. Almost Friday. Oh, okay. Whatever. Whatever. I'm still right. You're still wrong. I don't care. You guys don't correct me, first of all. If I say it's Wednesday here, okay? It's here, it's Wednesday, okay? Over there, outside, it might be Thursday, but over here, it's Wednesday. Repeated bad behaviors must be checked. Have you guys noticed the uptick in, let me drink water 1 second. Have you guys noticed the uptick in robberies by groups of Black people coming in? I think we spoke about this like on Monday, but I wanted to talk about it because it's still running rampant. It's still many groups of Black people going around to luxury stores and stealing. I want to say something, and it's going to sound racist again, but I want to speak with you guys honest. I can't do this. I can't be politically correct. I can't lie to you because it's just hard for me to not say what it is or say, you know. So here we go. Here we go. America has a problem, and it's. I don't want to say America has a Black problem, but America has a problem right now, and this problem, it seems to be, I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. This problem seems to be stemmed or coming mostly from the Black community in America. The Black problem is a lack of self-control, lack of discipline, stealing, um, violence, um, just lack of class a lot of times. And when I say this, I don't mean all Black people. I don't know why I have to say that all the time. I don't mean all, of course. There's many that aren't, but when you see the problems, when you see the bad things that happen, it just seems that it's mostly this group of people. And if I were Black, I would feel sad for my community because I would say I can't be a happy, good Black person because the other Black people in my community are messing it up for us. You know what I mean? That's how I would feel. But I just see that there's a problem, and people are turning to be more racist. People are starting to be more racist because of this. Because now people aren't being as afraid as they used to be to say the truth, to say this group of people, and it's not even just regular Black people. This is a group of as they call it, ghetto Black people, the ones that are sagging the pants, the ones that are wearing the shower caps outside, the ones that are, wearing wife beaters outside with no shirts on. This is a specific group. This isn't Kevin Samuels or these type of men who go out looking clean and sharp, and this isn't them. This is, as they call it, Pookie and Ray Ray, I guess. This is what this is. This is a group of people, a very specific group, and people are calling it out, and it's looking like people are racist because people are calling it out by how they look. This is why you see signs that are saying no saggy pants, no smell of weed, no shower caps, no bonnets, as they call them, on your heads, no wife beaters coming in here, because people are noticing the patterns that typically the people who look like this are the ones that are doing this. I'll share something with you. I'm not racist, but if I were in a store and I would say a group of 5 to 10 Black people came in, I will leave that store. And when I say came in, I mean if they came together and they look a certain way, I'm leaving. Because in my mind, nothing good is going to come from this, because the majority of the robberies that we see that are happening now is because of these big groups of Black youth, and it's making the group look bad. It's making the Black community look bad. It's looking, I mean, yeah. And every other race is talking about it. Every other race. And even if you don't hear it from me, it's happening. People are talking, and people are talking amongst each other, especially business owners, especially people who are struggling hard to make businesses, especially in rough areas. These are people who are actually bringing stuff to rough areas, and they can't handle it too. Asians are talking. Arabs are talking. Arabs, remember, we are the gas station people. We see every race every day. We see you. We're the gas station people. We're the corner store people. We are the restaurant people. That's Arabs. Indians. Indians are also gas station people, but Indians are also drivers. Indians are, they have their restaurants as well. Indians are 7-Elevens. These are the people that see you every day. We see every community every day. The Asians, these are nail people, nail salon people, spa people. They see you. We see you. We see all of them. And this is something that every race is talking about. And if you don't hear it from me, just know that it is being said. It is being said. And if you guys think that I'm mean for saying it, I think that you guys should reevaluate that statement or that thought, because I'm not mean for saying it. I'm just saying it the way that we would talk to each other. This is how me and other Arabs would talk to each other. And I'm treating you guys like another Arab. You guys are you guys are bona fide Arabs in my vision right now. So I'm speaking to you guys as I would speak to another Arab. We see something and it's not good, and it's typically these people, and people are starting to call it out. And this is where I see a lot of the Black community saying it's racist to do this. Don't say it's all Black people, but the problem is, it's, you have to understand where those people are coming from, because if it were Asians, you guys would do the same thing. If it were Asians, the ones that were coming in groups and, stealing Gucci bags and all of this, everybody else would say the same thing. They're like, dang, these darn Asians. They would do the same thing. They're like, man, these Asians are out of control. Nobody can come into our store with tight eyes or straight black hair. Oh, but that's racist. Isn't it racist? But still. Anyway, I don't know. There are a lot of Asian gangs, yeah, but I don't see them doing the majority of violence in this country, that's for sure. Primal One says, I'm in NYC and I've especially seen this BS. Out of control teens, kids come from that group. If it's a group of white, Asian, Middle Eastern folks, I can worry. Oh, I can be worry free. That's what I'm thinking too. Because, I mean, I see groups of other, young people between ages of, 18 and 40, like anywhere between then, I can see any other group. But if I see a group of Black people, I start to think like, okay, why are they in the store? What are they doing? And that's a super racist thought. Well, you could say it's racist, but it's not actually racist. It's just something, it's a pattern. It's people noticing patterns. And there's nothing racist about noticing patterns. You're spot on. Everything is racist. I know. And I hate that. I hate that we can't speak the truth because the truth is racist. Ling Ling says hi. To her, I said, Ni hao ma. Ni hao ma, Ling Ling. I'm joking. Amira is equal opportunity racist. Clearly. My town has fat old motorcycle gangs. Yeah, but I don't see them doing the majority of the violence either. The bonnet gangsters and shower cap mafia. That's funny. I don't even wear a shower cap when I'm in the shower. Like, I don't even have a shower cap. I don't even own one. Like, it's funny. I mean, yeah. I don't know any other race that actually wears shower caps. Do white women wear shower caps? I don't think they do. I mean, I don't know. I don't wear shower cap. If it's blacks, I'm on heavy alert. Tight eyes. I was joking. But their eyes are tight. Let's be real. I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So I think I can let you guys. You said Amira is mean. You're quite generous. I think so. But we're honorary Arabs. You guys are. You guys can start changing your names. I love it. Arab and West Asian here. I didn't know that, Dex. Wow. Suki Hana and company is driving the culture to the ground. Isn't that a restaurant, Suki Hana? Or is that Benihana. Benihana? Benihana's? Whatever. I heard OJ was working at Benihana's. Anyway. Okay. I'll stop. What if a white guy wore a shower cap? Culture appropriation. Okay. All right then. Oh, Primal said he's changing his name to Mohammed Primal. Welcome. Welcome, brother. Brother. Welcome. Marhaba, brother. What marhaba? Racist, then only blacks can discipline and receive or revive culture. Huh. Next panel, you can't come up without a shower cap. Well, I already have the nails. I already have the ghetto nails. So I think I should put on a shower cap. You guys, should I be? I'm gonna do it. Queen Lala already named me. She named me Amira Roche. Amira Roche. I'm gonna be honorary ghetto. Like these nails, I swear I feel so ghetto. I just kept them because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Tell her to take them off? Like, once my husband saw them, he was like, no. He said, no. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't take them off. He's like, oh. Mm-mm. He's like, I don't like you until you take them off. Oh man. But yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm definitely not doing this kind of nails again. Mm-mm. Samuel. The Asian spot got the hair game on lock, though. It's so hard for me to talk that way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some people type the way that they speak. Clean Lala says, I disagree with what you said, but I respect your opinion. Really? What do you disagree with? Tell me what you disagree with. About the bonnets or what? Bonnets in public are unattractive. Oh, you said I actually disagreed with some of this topic, but I respect your opinion. Oh, okay. Yeah. I would imagine no one is going to agree perfectly with me. I wouldn't expect any of you guys to agree with me perfectly because I don't like echo chambers. But I want you guys to hear me and know that when I speak, it's not coming from a place of hatred or mean spirited. It's just something that I notice and I share with you. Every time I do my streams, it's just me speaking as an Arab living in America, as a person who loves this country, living here. That's it. And I just say what I see. The robbing store thing. Oh, about like if a group of black people come in being scared. I mean, Queen Lala, it's if you look at the videos, it's all just groups of black people coming into like, oops, sorry, I moved the table. It's all just like a group of black people coming into the store and just taking whatever they can grab. They just grab whatever they can and just start running. It's happened at Ross, from Ross to Gucci. Basically from cheap retail to luxury. It's happening, Lala. I don't know what to tell you there. You shouldn't disagree with me. You should disagree with the videos on that case because that's not me saying that. I'm just saying, like, if I saw it happen in front of me, like, if I saw that kind of group of people come into the store, I'm leaving. There's no way I'm staying there. Yeah, exactly. It's called snatch and run, I guess. Snatch and run. Yeah. Just Americans, though. To me, it's just Americans, but I have to make the distinction because people won't understand what I'm saying when when I speak about these things. They won't understand what I'm saying unless I make the distinction. We're the Arab gang. I love it, but Arabs, we don't have gangs. We have terrorist organizations. So, anyway, that got serious really quickly. Yeah, I didn't mean to go there, but at least I'm being truthful. We don't have gangs. We have organizations. Smash and grab. Gosh, but that's crazy. No. When the Democrat Union stopped charter schools that's aimed at the poorer blacks and Latinos. Huh? Am I lost? Why did I not understand that? I'm looking for Queen Lala to respond, but I don't see it. She didn't say anything back yet. The movie Down Under? What are you talking about? Is it like an Australian movie or what? Chicago may have government-run convenience stores. Oh, we need to talk about okay, Saturday. I want us to talk about that, okay? Just Larry, remind Larry about that. Let's talk about that on Saturday about the government-run stores, grocery stores, and so on, because we need to speak about that because you guys know what that is, and it's just another step, one step closer to you guys know what, and we need to point out every step that's coming. Oh, Queen Lala says, no, I agree, it happens, but it's not just the people dressed in those specific clothes. Oh, not just wife beaters and saggy pants and bonnets. I think that's what you're trying to say. No, that's understandable. That's understandable. Yeah, that's understandable. I stolen before too, and I don't look like that. But I stole from accident by accident because I was at the makeup store, and then in the makeup store, like you just walk around with your products, and I went to go pay, and I had my phone in my hand. I'm using my phone to record right now, so I can't. But I had my phone in my hand, and I had one of the makeup products behind my phone, and I was just like using my phone to pay and everything. Went outside, put down my phone, and then noticed that that one was still in there, and yeah. But I stole by accident, but not because I really needed to. I didn't really need to steal. It just happens. You already put that on the list for Saturday. See, I love you, Larry. Thank you so much. Love that. Didn't want to be judged or discriminated against, even as a kid. Yeah, but the problem is, as a kid, you don't understand why you're being discriminated against. But the truth is, when you grow up, you understand better. Like, I understood that as a kid, that being Arab, that if I spoke my language in front of whites, that they would automatically think that I was talking about plans to blow up whatever, wherever I was. That's what they automatically thought. They literally thought that I was just planning to blow up wherever we were. We're eating at the restaurant. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Oh, Allahu Akbar. That's what they're thinking. Every time they hear that, they're like, oh, get the children. I was like, God. No, that's actually a very good thing. When we say that, it's a very good thing. It doesn't mean anything bad, but never mind. Okay. The dress up ones are the best thieves because no one suspects them. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I can't believe Amira robbed a makeup store. Stop saying it like that. Don't say it like that. It makes it look like I had some, some like, some like plan, mischievous plan or something. Stop. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Oh, there was a song. There was a song that I was listening to. It's a it's a rap song. I know I don't really listen to rap, but I heard the song by accident because I was watching YouTube. Of course, this is how most things happen. I watch YouTube. I was watching YouTube, and then I heard this song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now you guys can hear it. You guys can hear it. It's called. I hate saying this because it sounds like I'm cursing, but it says it's one word, and it says fuck you mean, fuck you mean. So that's what the song is called, fuck you mean, but it's spelled FUKUMEAN, all in one word. So yeah, just if you guys want to hear just the most random thing that's in my head right now, that's what's in my head right now. So I thought it was a cute beat because I just like the girl saying yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. So listen to it. It's called "Fuck You Mean." I don't mean to say it like that because I'm not cursing. I'm saying the name of the song. Okay, I'm not actually cursing. But yeah. No, I'm not cursing, Queen Lala. Go to Naughty Corner, Queen Lala. I'm not. It's FUCKUMEAN. It's one word. It's not. But anyway, All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I'm sorry that this was so long. I really just wanted to stay with you guys for an hour, but here we are at 2 hours. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It has been a pleasure. I'll see you guys on Saturday. And check out the song F You Mean, I guess you could say F You Mean. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's it. Thank- oh yeah, Lala has a wrench. Yeah, yeah. Don't, yeah. She has one because she's like my best security guard. Okay, then. Well, then, I will see you guys next time. I will see you guys on Saturday. And with that, I yield my time. Have a good night, guys.